Good morning. Welcome to yet again another Carb Sober Sunday. I am so happy to see some of you joining in here. And I am in Nashville, Tennessee right now. I was able to participate in a day of podcasting with Dr. Kiltz and got interviewed and met some really cool carnivore people who came in throughout the day for their interview. And now today, heading off to Yuma, Tennessee for a Healing Humanity fundraising event. So I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to hop on here, but my pickup time is in 30 minutes. So I'm gonna be here for 30, and let's have a discussion and a talk, and let me know what topics you're interested in. I know from my was it last week? I guess it was last Sunday. I did that Japanese interval walking, and I've had a lot of great feedback of people trying it and loving it. And so I'm going to be really curious to see over time who sticks with it and what results they get. I've committed to every single day in the month of April. And then I'm going to do probably a follow-up video if I can organize my results of what changes I've noticed, and hopefully maybe a couple pounds off. That's always a good thing, right? So, hi Angie. Hi, Lou. My friends over there in the UK. I got Papa Carnivore on here, who I've met in person. And I'm going to go through the comments. Let me pull over some of these. Vadim was wondering if alternating light jogging and walking would be okay. Yeah, it would be perfectly fine. There's actually an account out there that is, I think it's called Slow Jogging, and showing like the benefits of that. If that's something that you enjoy, yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Alternating that in. The whole purpose is to alternate your heart rate from where you walk at a comfortable rate, catch your breath, and then crank out some extra energy and get your heart rate up and keep alternating it. So I'd say that would be a great thing to implement if that's your jam, to do a little jog. Okay, we have, let's see, Tampa Bay. United Carnivore. I was in Tampa, I guess, in February. And Ellen is looking forward to meeting me this afternoon. Drive to Nashville from North Carolina last night and heading to Yuma today. Yeah, Yuma's a good hour and 45 minutes, I think, here from Nashville. And the whole intent was to get closer to where Dr. Barry is, and the Healing Humanity team is hosting this. So yeah, we're headed. It's halfway, I think, between here and Memphis. So I look forward to seeing you, Ellen. I have Francine on here. And let's pull over. Papa Carnivore had dinner last night at an Argentinian steakhouse in North Miami Beach and had beef short ribs. Interesting. So that's one thing I love beef short ribs. The question always is at restaurants, how are they cooked and what are they cooked in? And I guess I could see short ribs might just be seasoned and grilled. So, but yeah, I do love beef short ribs. Okay, I'm gonna keep scrolling through. Oh, so Amber's looking forward to Hack Your Health in Tampa. Absolutely, Amber. You will definitely get to meet me there. I spend my entire time there. I don't just come in and do my presentation and beat feet like some do. I stay the entire time, and I interact as much as I can with anybody and everyone. I love when people come up to me and have a discussion about their journey in this, and especially it's always nice to hear, you know, my impact, because this is why I do what I do, is putting in the effort so I can hopefully, just by relaying my experience in this, encourage or motivate somebody to take this on. Because, it was interesting. We had discussions last night. I sat next to, at dinner, Carnivore Ray. He was awesome to meet. And, got in the discussion about, like, what brought you to this? And, I use my term, the why that makes you cry, um, because nobody's going to just go in their kitchen and clean out the pantry, clean out the freezer and the fridge to have carnivore going on there without a reason. Like, let's just face it, right? So it's almost unfortunate that we have to get to a point in our lives where we need to search for something like this. But I always loved Charles Washington's comment. He said, the lucky ones get fat, because typically obesity is what is a driving force for many to say, none of these diets are working. I'm at my wit's end. I've got to get this weight off. And so the ones that have had that happen to them earlier and seek an answer, it's why he says the lucky ones get fat, because the others, let's say, that aren't in that weight gain category, they are just cranking along decade after decade until what? Arthritis, gut issues, skin issues, autoimmune issues, where something develops over time and develops enough of an impact of symptoms that you start seeking the answer. So I'm going to keep. Okay, here we have, oh, you know what? One thing I wanted to mention, of course, I have to mention about the Hack Your Health, is the day after Hack Your Health. So far, we have about 20 of us jumping on board a cruise ship right out of Tampa. And it's a little 5-day cruise down to Mexico and back. And I hope to have as many of you who are looking to connect with more people for a longer period of time who are like-minded. It's such an amazing way to do it. For less than $100 a day, you get your cabin, unlimited meat, seafood, eggs, and cheese if you eat it, and your entertainment, live music on the ship, comedy shows, and then you're just brought to different ports where you get off and get to be able to ground your feet on the beach. And yeah, so I've tended toward this whole cruise thing, and all inclusives also, because of the issue typically that we have, where if you go into a restaurant and you're ordering whatever it is, a burger or your steak, right? You're paying for the whole entree, no bun, no lettuce, no tomato, no fries, blah, blah, blah. And you're sitting there, you got a patty, right? And you've paid whatever, $18, and you're still hungry. Kind of usually likewise, when you order a steak, you're paying an expensive, it's no salad, no soup, no baked potato, no, thank you, just meat on the plate. And, I don't know about you, but sometimes I want to eat more than a 10 or 12 ounce steak, and maybe they got a 16 ouncer on the menu. But again, the venue of either an all-inclusive or a cruise, where they just keep bringing you more. You want 3 steaks, you get 3. You want escargot and shrimp on the appetizer. You want 2 shrimp cocktails from the appetizer, they don't care. They want you happy. It's all inclusive. And yeah, so it just ends up being a really kind of great venue. Plus, they can accommodate a large amount of people to be seated together. I don't have to worry calling up a restaurant saying, I got a reservation for 50, please. That's a big ordeal, whereas it's kind of made for that on the ship. So I hope I see some of you on the cruise. I'm going to write in the comments section um, the link. I just hopefully put it into the chat. Um, if you want to tap on that, you'll get all of the upcoming cruises. The only cruise that's not listed there yet, I'm doing not necessarily a carb sober cruise on this one, but I'm bringing my 85-year-old mom and then my friend Laura Lynch, who's on Instagram as Laura Love and Life. I don't know if some of you know her. She's 70. She's bringing her 93-year-old mom on. And I just said, hey, let's jump on a cruise together with our moms. And so I figured a 2-generation cruise, if anybody's your dad, whatever, I just thought it'd be a fun idea. So that's an extra one that's going to be in there. Not in there. It's not posted in there yet, but it's November 30th to December 7th on Celebrity. And that's also going out of Tampa because Laura's mom lives in Sarasota. So, okay. We have Carrie Crops. Hi, saying, starting Lion today. Is there a certain amount of protein or weight of meat you need to make sure you eat? I'm going to say my opinion from lots of experience with this is a big fat no. If you're just starting Lion and just trying Lion, I don't know how long you've been even carnivore or keto, but my thing with Lion is feel the beauty, the freedom, and the peace around just eating what you want. Because you're basically choosing from burgers and steaks, whatever beef or lamb or ruminant meat you want, but just eat enough. You don't want to restrict. I say, especially for your first, I don't know if you're doing it for a period of time or if you're have looked into this and you're like, wow, so many people get so many benefits from this. I'm doing it, and you don't have a deadline in mind. I say start out just eating when you're hungry and eating enough, and you'll find that your whole mindset, your whole relationship with food starts to change because you stop that emotional entertainment on board eating, get up out of your chair, open the fridge and stare inside it for a minute. It's like, do I want a burger or not? Like, am I burger hungry? Because a lot of times it's like, yeah, no, don't really want a burger. Well, then you're really not hungry in the true sense of hunger. So I'm going to assume when you say a certain amount of protein, it's pretty much all we're eating is, fatty meat, or, you can eat, you can actually eat lean on this if you're eating tenderloin or fillets, right? Most all lamb is fatty. I don't really even know of a lean cut of lamb. There must be one. So don't overthink it. That's my absolute advice for starting Lion. Just make sure you're stocked up with, I always have a sleeve of frozen burgers, 100% Angus. I can just throw them right out of the freezer into the air fryer, and pretty much in 8 to 10 minutes, you've got your burgers. Yeah, eat your fill. All right. So the comment about that steakhouse uses no seed oils and you ask them only salt. Oh, that's awesome. Sometimes I might be thinking of something different. When some of the places that do beef short ribs, do them like braised in almost like a gravy for a long period of time, and it's all tender and fall off the bone and delicious. But boy, that sounds good, Papa Carnivore. So Ellen's hoping to meet Peter at an event, excited to meet several people in person that you only see. Yeah. So Ellen, you're talking about what feels so magical about the meetups is not only meeting like some of us who are kind of out here outspoken of our journeys on this, but just connecting with others that the great thing about meetups is typically you've got people who are more local. I mean, we have some people driving 4 and 5 hours each way to this event. But in general, when you go to a meetup, there's a great chance to connect with others and exchange information and have your own meetup, maybe once every month or so. And there's just something so empowering about being together with people who get it. So, looking forward to meeting as many as I can who are coming today. Okay, let's go to Vadam has a question about late night eating. It's a bad habit, sure is. Still struggling to not eat before bed. My body always wants something right before sleeping. All right, so I would suggest initially um, do something like frozen brown butter bites and just say to yourself, you can have like a couple of those. That actually helps some people with sleeping for some reason. I've never done it, but I've used brown butter bites sometimes as when you get that, I just need something more. I just want something like after my meal, I'll have that almost like dessert. And then the next step after that is start doing some research. This is always what helps me is to learn and understand the reason and the motive behind an action that you want to take. So you want to not do nighttime eating. So start looking into the negative effects of eating late at night. Many things will say cut off once the sun sets. No more food in my mouth. Like it's dark out, not eating. So either go by the sunset time or just set yourself where, you have a rule. You eat plenty for dinner. You have your delicious meaty meal and you eat enough that you feel satiated, and then you start a different evening routine. And a lot of times, I personally don't watch TV at all. So that's not my thing because a lot of people say that's when I really want to eat. But, whatever it is for get your eyes in the sunset sunlight, have your final dinner meal, and then make it a point to go for a walk every day after your dinner meal and get into something like hobby or something distracting because I know it can be a very strong drive. I think the most important thing is eating a high enough fat meal for your last meal of the day, and hopefully that will um, help that situation for you. But try the butter initially. Yeah, so Papa Carnivore is putting his opinion in here about, yeah, just eat your fatty meat until you're comfortably stuffed and then go outside and play. Wow, down 101 pounds in 2 years. Congrats to you. It's just incredible, right? It's so inspiring to listen to so many people's stories. Yes, and um, he's mentioning the first meetup that he went to with Dr. Kills, Dr. Nelson, and Old Guy Carnivore, and United Carnivore, and Carrie Mann, right? And so when you say never forget your first meetup, I'm going to tell you my first meetup was 6 months after I found that Zeroing In on Health group. And I walked away from that. We met at a restaurant in Philadelphia, Charles Washington, and back then it was kind of weird to meet up with internet people. Let me tell you guys, this was 16 years ago, before Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. So Yeah, I was a little apprehensive, but I really felt I knew these people from typing in journals and communicating for 6 months, right? And it was magical. I just walked away from that and I felt so inspired, motivated to understand there's these other people out here who get it, and we all just sat there and ate our meat and told our stories. And I always say it's like you can't put it into words, and you just have to attend one. And I say go to lowcarbevents.com lists some, certainly not an all inclusive list, but I can give you a little rundown of um, May is Meat Stock. So I hope some of you have tickets for Meat Stock. That's that retreat in Tennessee. June is Boston, June 28th, Boston. July 4th and 5th, I'll be in Bozeman, Montana with Steak and Butter Gal and Dr. Kiltz. And I'm not sure who else is going to be at that one. It's July. August, I'm forgetting something in August. Can't remember what's in August. September, I have my two next Carb Sober Cruises on Virgin Voyage out of Manhattan. One goes up to, it's called Fall Colors, goes up through Boston, Maine, and Halifax and back. And then also one from Manhattan to Bermuda for 5 days. October, Mont Tremblant in Canada is a very, we call it an intimate retreat. I think it's only going to be 14 people, but it's going to be, and this is all done. This is Scott Everson's retreat. Dr. Kiltz, Bella, myself, and Maria Emmerich, I believe, are on board there, and just a gorgeous home. If you go to, gosh, what is it? Meatstockconvention.com. I'm messing that up. I can't remember his website for the information for his retreats. But that's in October. And then November's Hack Your Health, followed by the Hack Your Health cruise. And then December is the 2 Generation Cruise. And then January is going to be the all-inclusive resort vacation, probably Cancun. I'm finalizing that. I'm having trouble getting communication and finalizing that, but hopefully next week. And February, the first week of February, is another Carb Sober Cruise out of Fort Lauderdale. It's a 6-day cruise on Oasis of the Seas, Royal Caribbean. So that's as far as I know on the upcoming meetups. So yes, Target Prime Rib. I will be at the Boston meetup. I'm not really sure any details of that one yet, as far as I know it's the 28th of June. I'm not sure how I'm getting there, but we'll figure that out. Yes, Body by Beef UK. I do have a red light therapy unit. I've been digging deep in the whole red light therapy information, because I do definitely feel there is something to it. Absolutely. And I'm looking at it specifically also for visual and ocular health. And there's a lot of information out there that shows the benefit of it. So yes, I have. And then important on red light units is low flicker rate. It's really important. And if you listen to the work of Dr. Jack Cruz, he talks about that flicker rate, and it's hard to. You can't shop on Amazon for a red light unit and find out flicker rate. And I personally, if I'm going to be sitting in front of this unit for, maybe 10 minutes early morning, 10 minutes mid-morning, I'm going to also do a video and put out a kind of like a beginner's protocol for red light therapy and what amounts of time, what wavelengths. I am going to try to find out things about flicker rate. I know the one I use, EMR TEK, has a very low flicker rate, and I have a discount code for, I think it's 30% off right now. Just use CarnivoreDoctor. It's I'm not going to put the website, but I'm going to just type in here into the chat, EMR TEK, and then I'm going to write code CarnivoreDoctor. Let's see if that goes in there. So it's like whatever, emrtek.com, and you can look at the various units. These things aren't cheap. They last a long time. The unit is really solid, heavy duty metal and glass. And yeah, like I said, if I'm going to do all this research and trust that I want to have the benefit of this, I want to make sure I really have the benefit of it. I'm not trusting anything that's made in China and sold on Amazon as a legit unit. I know there's other companies that have good ones, Bond Charge. Trying to think of offhand. Meetup. So actually, I'm going to be getting another unit, and this one from Meetup, and going to be fully checking that out, and I'll get a discount code for that too if anybody's interested in that company. But I'm gonna have to bop off here in a minute. We always get into the coffee discussion, guys. I'm kind of like thought about out here in this carnivore world as I'm probably getting a reputation of the anti-bean girl. I try to get people off the bean, and only for your own benefit. But I get it. Some people say, I will never give up my coffee. And I've had some people in my member group say that and gave it up, and so thankful they did, and outright say, I never in a million years thought I would ever be able to give it up. And but benefits with sleep, with digestion, with weight loss for some. So it all depends on your specific scenario. Okay. I know thanks, guys. Yeah, so, and I'm going to tell you, so I just scrolled to the very end in the chat, and our peer says, yes, please, on the other company also. Yeah, I'm going to say, I'm pretty excited to dig into and have a meeting with them and get some more specifics about flicker rate and wavelength, because they've come out with a unit that also has UVB bulbs to do vitamin D at the same time. And I don't want to continue talking about it because I don't want to say anything until I'm really more confident in the details of their unit and all that. But that's from what I can tell so far is what's happening with that. So, all right. Thank you so much for joining in. I know this was just a quick pop in. Oh, wait, I got to answer one more. This is it's like I can't stop. Should I leave off the UV protection when I get new lenses for my glasses? I'd say, Beth, yes, absolutely. But I'm going to say this too. Glasses, which you're getting plastic lenses, they're usually either CR39, and that's the industry term for this type of plastic, or you're getting high index, which is a form of polycarbonate. Polycarbonate high index, which most eyewear places sell you because why? They're lighter and they're thinner, so they're more beneficial. So most people want to get them. And those block out all UVA and UVB, 100%, whether they sell you an extra coating on them or not, which they shouldn't be. But that blocks all light. CR39 actually varies between manufacturers, but most of them block a, a, a lot of UV anyway. So here's the issue. Wearing glasses, you need to just put them up on top of your head and sit outside, or when you're going for a walk, if you're not completely debilitated by removing your glasses, I just say if you've got a strong prescription, you wear glasses, you just have to spend time where you pull the glasses up and off and expose your bare eyeballs to the sun. So in answer to your question, leave it off because it's going to charge you more, and you want the UV. They'll sell you on like, oh, protect your eyes from cataracts, protect your eyes from macular degeneration. You need UV protection, but that's the song and dance out there, right? That's the message, the mainstream message that, in my opinion, of course, I'm always here saying, I'm not giving you medical advice. This is purely my research, my opinion, my experience. And I don't know, maybe you might want to take it seriously from an eye doctor who's been in this space and who really does spend time trying to really understand and find the truth. It's all about finding the truth, and the truths that are hidden are not so easy to find. And that's probably why I'm one of very, very, very tiny, teeny, minute percentage of eye doctors who will ever recommend keeping your sunglasses off. Except when you're driving with oncoming glare. The windshield blocks the UV anyway. If you're a pilot, wear your sunglasses. The windshield's blocking it anyway, all those kind of things. Or if you're out skiing and it reflecting off the sun, or on the beach on the sand for hours, I'll wear a visor or be in the shade of a palm tree or an umbrella and still leaving the sunglasses off. So you get used to it. The reason why people squint and say, no, I'm too sensitive, is because you've been wearing sunglasses most all your life. So, all right, on that note, I'm going to jump off, finish packing my suitcase and out the door. I hope to see every one of you at a future meetup. So pay attention, try to find out where they are and get to one. I am going to say 100% you will not regret it, and you will be eager and anxious to get yourself to more and more. It becomes a thing. You'll see. All right. Thanks. Bye, guys.